Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Hip Hop Babies.
Yes, sir, ski.
We back. So, yeah, host with the most, DeadLeigh, and I got my boy Ray with me as always. And we talk about Don't Tap That Glass, Tyler the Creator. What do you hear, man? Surprise drop. Only got a few days of promotion. We got to see that big old statue that he had made with the funky chain and the huge fists. Tyler being eccentric as always.
A new personality, right?
Yeah, but this time a little less psychotic, I feel like. Before it felt like split personalities, but now it's more just like he's playing a character.
Mm-hmm.
But before it was like almost like Fringe. I'm like, okay, bro. Like, this character, But this is just like, hey, let loose, man, like have some fun. He did that really well in this. Really well. Don't tap that glass, man,
Keep moving, Like, I like how he starts the album with the rules, Hey, don't sit around and listen to this. You gotta be moving. And I ain't gonna lie, when I first listened to this album, when it came out early in the fucking morning, man, it had me grooving. Especially after CHROMAKOPIA. I mean, I remember our review of CHROMAKOPIA and us talking about the album. I liked it a little more than you, I think.
Yeah, and honestly, like, it sucks when you do that and you, like, compare it to, like, different eras. Because I should just be talking about what I enjoy about, this music. And I feel like this album is a good way to do that because it's just fun. It's just, it's not deep, but it's got so many different pieces of Tyler in it. Like, you notice, like, different references, like, to previous albums, i.e. like Cherry Bomb and stuff. When you get into that and you just, like, feel like what he does as an artist, there's just so many moments in this one. And, like, before we were on the camera and we were just talking, like, we know, like, all the little earworms and stuff. Like, he's just so good at, like, making moments and, like, things happen. And he had lots of great moments on CHROMAKOPIA. I don't think I had gone to the show before we did that review. So I think my opinion on the album changed after I went to the show and I, like, listened to it a little bit more. I think I grew more into it. Accepting an artist's new phase sometimes is not always smooth. And CHROMAKOPIA was interesting as far as, like, the initial reaction I think everybody had to the visuals and what he was showing us. It was just something completely different.
Yeah, especially after Call Me If You Get Lost. Yeah, it was more loose like this. I mean, this is a different vibe than that, of course, but it was more loose. It was more fun. It was more playful. And then CHROMAKOPIA, you had songs like Judge Judy, Like Him, really emotional, really, like, tugging at the heartstrings. Powerful songs, And this one was way more powerful in a different way. I mean, right out the gate, Big Poe with Skateboard. The feature on here obviously is Pharrell, and it was funny as fuck to see when he dropped the album. People were like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "That's obviously Pharrell. It's just his voice is tweaked a little bit," and that was dope to see. Especially after the Clips album, right? See him and Pharrell messing with each other. Obviously, they've done tracks together before. Leading up to this album, people were like, "Is it going to be old school vibes?" Because you had, like you said, the Big Chain, Big Fist, like Ludacris, the Big Chain, like, hip hoppers and the red hat and stuff. It kind of looked like old school hip hop, and the full album isn't that. It kind of went a different way than I think I was expecting, and probably a lot of people, especially going into the dance vibes on here.
Yeah, a lot of oons type of beats on here, but it's good. I mean, Big Poe, he's spazzing, and it's just like, you're getting accustomed to it, you're getting ready, and then Sugar on My Tongue is literally what I was saying, like, on my tongue, like, and it's just an insane groove. So you gotta hit it. You gotta hit a move every time you listen to that track. These tracks are like 3 minutes, ranging from like 3 minutes to as low as like a minute, 2 minutes. So everything is kind of brief, but also, like I said, is a moment. And it lasts. It impacts. Then we go into Sucka Free, right? One of your favorite tracks.
Yeah, highlight, man. I'm that guy. I'm getting my ones in the two thing. I'm getting that paid. Yeah, man. That instantly got in my head. That G-Funk, just groovy beat. I love how he says, hop off my dick, there's some hoes in here. Our future whoop gang, all the bros in here. That gave me throwback, man. I know he mentions our future every once in a while, but it was cool on that track specifically because that reminded me of, some Wolf, some like groovy. He's never really done just a G-Funk beat like that, but he has songs where he's talking about how he's that guy or he's flexing. Usually they're about a car or something. So it's cool to see him do it. Keep that sucker shit away from me, man. I'm living my life. That was a great moment.
And then we got Stop Playing With Me. That is another crazy one with the music video.
The GOAT in it. The GOAT in it. Since you are a hater, I just had to say it. The GOAT. Yeah, Stop Playing With Me was great. I love the aggression on that. Stop hating. Get off his dick. You know what I'm saying? Basically, people think it could be about Ye. People think it could be about Drake. Some of the lines on here. He was definitely talking stuff on that track, whoever that was for. Hopefully they got the message to stop playing with him because he's obviously ready. You kind of went over Mom and Them. That's a short-ass track. It was kind of like an interlude almost. I thought that was a cool track. Damn near should have been longer.
Like everything, fits in nicely. Some are just different highlights for me. Like, I mean, Ring 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 is a crazy little, poppy electronic funk song. Like
people trying to be like Nokia. No, bro. People have been doing tracks like that. Nokia isn't the first song to do that type of beat. So I thought that was funny to see.
It doesn't sound anything like it. Excellent work. Earworms all over. We lead right into Don't Tap That Glass, Tweaking. This is where the album, we start getting into the slower grooves type of stuff. Like you said, it was only like 28 minutes, something like that. So it just keeps going. You can play this for however long you keep going, you keep moving, bro.
Yeah, and I love that, of course, Tyler always is going to do the two-song, where it's split. And both songs were great. Don't Tap That Glass was a cool moment. Again, kind of back on that talking stuff. It's a monster, isn't it? Don't tap it. Don't play with them. And then you got Tweaking. Don't Tweaking, 20, 50, 100. That reminded me of a Rah Rah Rah, I think, or Ratata, where, he's doing that, where he's like, 20,000 on me. So I thought that was a funny little callback to that. Swizz Beatz, I think they added him, or he was originally on the track, but when I listened to it recently, Swizz Beatz was doing ad-libs. I thought that was funny, again, given that 2000s vibe where Swizz Beatz was doing beats for people and just yelling on the track in the background every once in a while, like, you got it, da-da-da. What's up? And Swizz Beatz also was beefing with Drake at the time. So I don't know if he did that on purpose. Again, adding layers.
Leave it to him, giving those callbacks. He's really a student. I always remember he had said in an interview that he challenges himself with new music every morning. That's his routine, and it definitely shows in just the things that he brings back. The way he's able to incorporate it. It's really special. And then you get into Don't You Worry Baby. That shit's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I love that track.
Who sings that, bro?
Madison McFerrin, I believe. If that's how you say her name. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. That was another highlight. I love it when Tyler gets in his melodic, lover boy kind of tracks where he talks about taking care of someone or, trying to make love work. Because he's usually good with the melodies. Darling I, he just dropped the video for that. That's one of those songs too where, he lets the singer do their thing. Because he can sing too, but he usually picks a good singer or someone to lay that vibe down and he adds to it. And this was a great example of that. Let me rock. Again, that dance vibe. Reminded me of some Africa Boombada shit. I'll Take Care of You. Right after that, Yeba. Shout out Yeba. It's just her saying her feelings or just, having a moment and repeating something and it just goes crazy, even though it's not really that many words said, right?
It feels almost the same track as Don't You Worry Baby,
Yeah, part 2 almost.
Yeah, how they lead into each other. So I thought that was really nice and creative, even though he had the the double one before, it kind of like it was back to back, doubles. So it was really cool. The way that this album just flows together. He's always been a really adept artist at just making sure that there's a established like flow. You got to listen to albums as albums. There's plenty of songs you could take here and you could throw on a playlist, but you got to listen to albums as albums first way through. I'm always gonna stand on that, and it pays to do that on this project for sure.
First listen, this was an enjoyable experience. It was kind of like, where are we going? Had me dancing, like I said, especially when the samples pop up. We're talking about "I'll Take Care of You," "Nuck If You Buck." When that popped up, man, "Nuck If You Buck." When that shit popped up, that had me smiling, it had me grooving. Same as the on Big Poe, "Jump Jump," Busta Rhymes, like, again, showing love to the old school, or just showing loves hip hop music or music that's impacted him. I love how he works the samples in so effortlessly. It's nice. It sounds good. It doesn't sound like he just threw it in there to throw it in there. They fit almost every time.
Then we end it with "Tell Me What It Is." Deepest track. He broke his rule, man. He got deep for a second. Really good closer.
Even though this album isn't the deepest album, and he makes that clear when he does have those moments and really talks about it. It's not the most complex, but it hits.
I mean, life can just be some simple things sometimes, Like, it doesn't have to be, like, super deep to be deep, and just talking about these things. And, he definitely talks about indulging himself on other projects, Like, this one I feel like is more somber, but, like, we're still getting the story. It's a continuation, It's interesting that he can, like, do that between albums and be able to have a cohesive story like that. So it's great, well worth your time. Even if you don't like Tyler the Creator, I recommend listening to this just because it's going to be something completely different than what he's done before. He just shows that he has that ability to switch it to whatever, and it's still going to be him, still going to be authentic, it's still going to be cutting edge.
He didn't take too long. CHROMAKOPIA came out last year, impressed a lot of people. Probably is going to be nominated for a Grammy and everything. So to see him follow up pretty quickly, drop a different vibe, and be successful with it. As usual, Tyler never fails to impress me with his ability to make music that is relevant, but, is personal to him. Even though he didn't do a super deep album, this is still Tyler.
Ray, what are your top 3 tracks for this album?
Okay, first one, I got Sucka Free. That's my favorite track. Play that one casually. Number 2, Stop Playing With Me. Love the aggression on that. Love the video. Number 3, Don't You Worry, Baby. Damn, girl, better move your hips. Yeah, I've been saying that randomly.
No, that's a great 3. That's a great 3.
Yeah. DeadLeigh, what's your top 3?
I definitely gonna have to keep "Don't You Worry, Baby" on there. We're gonna have to have one and the same. But then I got "Ring, Ring, Ring," just classic. And then I got "Sugar on My Tongue." Sugar on my tongue, tongue, tongue. Your body is so sweet, sweet, sweet.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing with that one. That's why he made a video for it. That's a single right there for sure.
Yeah, so another great chapter in Tyler's career. This is peak form, so looking forward to more music like this. But I'm glad that we got a little bit of time to listen to this. It hasn't been out too long, right? With that being said, thank y'all so much for watching this episode. Thank you, Tyler, for this album. Make sure y'all go stream it. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel. More content like this. We will see y'all in the comments. Thank you, Ray, so much. And I'm going to pass it off to my boy. Peace.
Appreciate it. Thank you, DeadLeigh. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, everyone who worked on this. For the most part, I know Tyler writes, directs, if you want to call it, and produces a lot of stuff. So it's dope to see him keep that up. It's dope to see him, go different ways with it, but still keep it Tyler, as I said. So With that being said, peace.